Tales from the Podcast is brought to you by the following generous sponsorships.
The Happy Hour News Team. Check them out at www.happyhournewsteam.com.
TalesFromThePodcast.com, where you can pick up your copy of Tales of Shock and Terror #1. The Skewered Universe Podcast. And viewers like you.
How's it going, you motherfuckers?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
I'm not gonna argue, man. You are getting pretty old.
Spider!
You're definitely getting old. There's no argument there, man.
I mean, let's be honest. Remember, Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon first said, "I'm getting too old for this shit" at the age of 41. I'm 44, so I'm way too old for this shit.
Could be worse. Hey, look at that. We got Trichopedia here today. How's it going, buddy? And
Welcome back, Trichopedia.
This is pretty much my guilty pleasure movie. I saw it one night on local UPN called The Very Bad Movie, hosted by Carrie, and she and I joked about it. And then Chase says Leprechaun 3 is the only good Leprechaun film, in my opinion.
I'm kind of with you, Chase.
I mean,
oh man, well, this is gonna be a fucking fun one to talk about, I'll tell you that much. Now, I do have to say though, before we go ahead and jump right into this fucking movie, which we will be talking about this one for sure, if you head over to our YouTube channel at Tales from the Podcast, and what already Jesus, it's like you already know what's coming. And I'm going to go ahead and post the fucking link here. Go to our YouTube channel. Check out the community tab. There is a way for you to fucking vote. And if you go there, we've got a lot of fucking votes, and I'm pleasantly surprised. So you guys are voting right now for what we're going to be tackling after we're done with the Leprechaun franchise. And Jeff's pick is in last place with 14%. And that is Child's Play. Followed up with 36% of the votes for Treehouse of Horror. And then making up exactly 50% of the votes is my choice of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I'd even be okay with Child's Play at this point. I really would.
I just think it's funny that of all of our viewers, 50% of them are completely cool with us watching a horror anthology show on Nickelodeon for fucking children.
That's the thing. The people who vote don't have to watch this with us.
No, but they can.
But they won't. Look how many people came in for Dark Place.
Yeah, but I think Dark Place is way more niche than Are You Afraid of the Dark?
It's way better too.
I can't form an opinion on Are You Afraid of the Dark because I haven't seen enough. So
I'm just, I mean, right now the audience is fucking, they're showing what they want, and at this point in time, the audience wants Are You Afraid of the Dark? So,
by the way, I do want to thank Trichopedia for throwing in the vote for Child's Play. It's not going to matter, but I appreciate it.
Voting for Child's Play at this point is like voting for Ralph Nader.
Sally voted, didn't you?
I did.
What'd you vote for, Sally?
Are you afraid of the dark?
God damn it! First, you're gonna get a picture with that frat boy douchebag.
I said if I was physically able to
Oh
go
my
to
God.
Farhound this year, I was going to do that just to fuck with
No,
you. But I can't.
no.
And
hold
Josh
on.
isn't willing to do it in my place. So
Yeah, see, bro code. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it.
I do also have to ask this. Jeff, did you vote
I did.
for what?
Voted for Child's Play.
Okay, all right, weird. All right, Ron, did you vote?
I did, and don't give me that bullshit like I can't vote, and you still got more than us.
I can't though. I'm just throwing it out there that I got more than you guys, and you guys voted for yourselves, and
I
I
just-
can't even vote.
voted in your place.
There, see?
You voted for you. Don't play that game. Hey,
I like
Sally,
the idea of either or.
right, and we have not, and I don't think we will be reviewing Jeepers
No.
Creepers.
If anybody decides to do Jeepers Creepers, I'll be off for those movies.
I'll say this.
Yeah, the director
Before-
got himself in a little bit of trouble there.
Before
Ron, can
I
you
knew,
fill us in on exactly what he did?
I'm just Ron.
no.
You don't even have to. I'm just gonna say before I knew what the director was involved in, I saw the first two and I was like, okay, these aren't too bad. And then I found out and I was like,
I liked
I
them
don't-
until that. I mean, it's not that I don't. I still don't
Yeah.
like them. It's just now I'm like afraid to admit I like them.
No,
it's
somebody.
like saying, you know what? It's like saying, you know what? I'm a really big fan of Bill Cosby himself.
yeah, it's like
yeah, it's one of those things where if you can separate the art from the artist and still find something to enjoy in those, do it. I enjoy Rosemary's Baby. Does that mean I like
try to
Roman
do it all-
Polanski?
I try to do that all
No.
the time. Like I try to just.
I like
Yeah.
I like Chinatown, but I don't like I don't like Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
You know, that's easy to do because he's not so prevalent in our society. You know what I mean? And it's not what he did was during a time when the news cycle wasn't 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you can look at what he did and go, wow, that's really fucked up and gross. But then
Right.
you have Salva and you're like,
Uh-uh.
you crossed way more lines.
Uh-huh.
And that's not giving a pass to Polanski because it's still as a human,
right.
you
Like-
know?
Like with Louis
But-
C.K., I think what he did was deplorable, but it's not nearly as bad as what Weinstein did.
Who
Mhm.
all right, who did it worst? Weinstein or Victor Salva?
Oh fuck. You know what? Send them
New game
both
on the
off.
show, guys.
Send them both off to the same island and let them stay there with each other forever. And
Was it too scary? Nah, we're just not going to promote somebody's work who likes to fuck around like way he did. Let's see. Chase says you guys should do a podcast on Vanishing on 7th Street.
How
Well,
about just
maybe,
vanishing?
maybe if it comes up and it's one of the things. Right now, we're letting the audience vote. So this is your chance. Go to our YouTube channel, vote yourself.
vote for what you want to see. Don't let
don't
any
let
of us
don't
sway
let
you one way or the other.
Yeah, don't let anybody say, "Come on, you know you got to vote for this."
Right.
Even if you're Canadian and by law you have to vote for the Canadian thing, you don't necessarily have to.
Trickpedia says
if
I
you're
like watching
Korean
Benoit
and you-
matches, even though what he did was horrible. You know.
And if you're Korean and you feel like you have to vote for the Simpsons,
Right.
There you go,
I love-
Trickpedia.
I get where
Yeah.
Trickpedia is coming from. It's like all the people who like WWE, even though what Vince did.
he's not part of it anymore.
I know, but he was part of it when he did that.
Yeah,
And then you guys didn't stop
I'm not
watching
going to
that.
rehash what we've talked about before. But the Benoit thing is like the guy did so much through his career. It's like you can still appreciate that. And yeah, what he did was horrific. And there's no excuse for it. At the same time, it's like CTE is a real motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't that
knowing
bad. I
that
mean,
that's what happened, and that's what changed how that all worked up there.
All right,
And
let me
led to it.
let me say something real quick here. To the effect of why people should. I'm going to give my preachy little soapbox.
I got a wrestling question when you're done.
Okay, I'm a soapbox for Treehouse for just a second, and why you should vote for it. I'll tell you real quick. because Treehouse of Horror was inspired by Tales from the Crypt. That the producers have openly said that. So if you like Tales from the Crypt, boom, boom, bang, bang.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. But now, since you had your chance to say something, Jeff, do you want to give everybody a reason why they should vote for Child's Play?
Keep it short like I did.
Come on.
It's a killer doll.
That's what she said.
What more do you want?
Ah,
All right.
No, it's Brad Dourif giving one hell of a performance. It's probably his best work next to things like Exorcist 3 and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So
and
There you
it's the same writer for almost every single film, isn't it? Don Mancini.
yeah, Don
Yep.
Mancini. That's his
Yep.
baby.
And then let me go ahead and for Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't care if you vote for it or not. All right, let's go. So I don't have to do shit. So we're gonna vote for it anyway.
I was hovering over the mute. I was hovering over the mute button on your mic. If you were going to go into a long diatribe as to why they should, I was going to be like, "We can't hear you, man. We can't hear you."
Restart your computer again. Restart your computer again.
Yeah, right. No. It should be a fun one though. I mean,
If I got you to restart your computer because of that, I would do this.
fuck you. For real though, I like the show. If you like the show, vote for it. If not, vote for it. Just to piss Ron
I'm
off.
really torn because all three, for me, is something I would listen to you guys talk about. So
Right. But
As
you
if-
voted for Are You Afraid of the Dark?
just that's a nostalgia thing. But like, I've had a resurgence of my fandom of Child's Play lately.
Thanks, behavior.
Yeah, thank you, behavior. Thank you, Dead by Daylight. And then, I mean, they're all acceptable. I just nostalgia
for
wise,
me,
I'm gonna
it's-
really enjoy Are You Afraid of?
Yeah, for me, it's two things I grew up watching. So the Child's Play series and Simpsons, and then it's something that I didn't experience that I'm looking forward to seeing if it wins. I say if because you never know what could happen between now and when we start.
Vote
whatever's
from
next.
the heart, y'all. Vote from the heart.
Fuck your heart.
Hey, Trekkopedia. Last year, I did a whole series over at Skewered Universe going over all those. So if you haven't checked them out, we did the
Right.
entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Right.
And I even put Dream Warriors at the end of the episode because fuck copyright shit. This is
Hey,
an
if it's an
my
audio
show is-
podcast, there really is no. It's a fucking Wild West with that shit.
Every time I've got a copyright, they're like, "Yeah, the owner says you can use it."
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, because it's a podcast.
because I only put the audio up on YouTube. I don't have the video. I don't put images in because I don't
You
feel
don't
like
have Don
sourcing all the
Dockin with
rights
his
in
teased hair.
that.
And I do have to apologize, everyone. I am laid up. My foot is, yeah, bad. I'm going to tell everybody because I don't care. When we were changing the bandage the other day, it just started squirting blood out and it got all over the intern, which was really funny and sad and disgusting at the same time.
So can you say that you squirted all over the intern?
No.
Ron, you walked into that one.
You did.
Yeah, but he knows that's my goddamn brother, for Christ's sake. I thought we had
and see in my head when you say that, and I know this is not how it was probably to a lesser degree, but I just imagine the pipe in what was it, Evil Dead 2 down in the basement that comes down and hits Ash in the face, and it's just gallons of
Right.
blood and stuff coming out.
Right.
And I
No.
know that's not it, but that's where my head takes things. So I just imagine
And I'm
your foot
glad
just
your head
shooting.
took you there as opposed to where
Where
over there
where
Yeah.
did you squirt on him at? Like, was it on his
Jesus
hands, his arms?
Christ.
You didn't
I'm
get
not,
it on his
I'm
face,
not
did
responding to that comment.
it? You got it on his face.
You
didn't
brought it up.
Now my wrestling question is, why do wrestlers are always try why do they try to make them learn to fly?
If this is an Owen Hart thing. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
I don't care how many years it's been, it is still too soon.
Hell yeah.
It's always too soon.
Make
Owen,
fun of 9/11 before we make fun of the death of Owen Hart.
Oh, Josh does that, and I'm just like, hashtag too soon, babe.
What,
And
make
he's
fun
like-
of 9/11?
he just makes 9/11 jokes, and I'm just like, too soon. Damn it, too soon.
What's the best 9/11 joke? That's a question. I'm not making a joke.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably
Like I don't know if you guys were waiting for a fucking punchline.
Probably the Jimmy Carr thing that he said at the roast of Rob Lowe.
Oh no. What did he
Where
say?
he said this isn't a roast of Pete Davidson's dad. That was not September 11th.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hmm.
That was a pretty good one. I mean, it's hard not to laugh at that one. That was pretty.
Even Pete Davidson laughed at it, so.
Yeah, because he knows his dad got
Aw.
roasted that day pretty good.
Okay.
So
That might be a bridge too far.
all right. So we're going to be talking about a movie tonight, guys. Not just any movie, but one of the most fun movies of all fucking time. Oh, look at that, guys. We got 2 more votes in, by the way. And if anything, they're for Child's Play. Tell you what, wasted a vote. But all right.
What if Child's Play comes back and wins the whole thing?
I mean,
know,
that
it
would be
so
fucking
great.
amazing, wouldn't
It
it?
would be so great.
Oh my God.
Just because, like.
Right.
If it is, I will be doing this.
I hope
In that costume. I will find that costume and recreate that GIF.
I feel like you
Don't hold
probably
me
already
to
have
that.
that costume. So
No,
gonna-
I mean I had the French maid outfit, but I never got a leprechaun. I've said too
No?
much.
I would have thought for sure you would have had it.
All I know is Leprechaun has fucking haunted me every day. I mean, I went to Sally's stream, and sure as shit, the fucking what's the guy's name? Who has a leprechaun outfit with the gun?
Who has one?
Oh, Death Slinger.
Yeah, Death Slinger.
My
has a
Death Slinger has a
fucking leprechaun outfit
Has
on.
a
I'm like, I
leprechaun
can't get
outfit.
away from this midget.
You're welcome. I mean,
No.
it's about time because these are all first time watches for you. And I mean,
And last.
I don't care as long as they get done. I'm just happy that this is happening. You're watching
sorry.
them. And not only that, but like you finally get a chance to watch the only movie that happens in space that I would say is better than a Friday the 13th one. And
Have you never seen Hellraiser Bloodline?
I have, but it's still not as good as this.
Oh, fuck you. It's not.
Saw. So, this week we are going to be chatting about
you go.
Leprechaun 4 in space. And you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Returning
Thank you,
in
Sally.
this one,
It'll fit.
we
It'll
have
fit.
the incredible.
I say you buy them, and I say we try and get Child's Play to win this fucking thing, and we get Jeff to do the Leprechaun
It
thing.
goes up to like such. It'll fit. It'll fit him.
You know what's really funny, Colin, is I know you are so full of fucking shit.
It'll fit.
I'm actually going to have to say Colin's right on this.
Oh,
You got to keep in mind what year this came out, man. We're talking 96 CGI. This was better than fucking going and watching Beast Wars. I mean, this was great. For the time, it was awesome.
Oh no, that's just never mind. That's just the link. Never mind. I thought it was gonna show something else, so
Sally
never mind.
Media wants to know your channel so he can people can
Who wants to know my channel?
Wikipedia. He's on YouTube though, so just
Yeah.
give it's twitch.tv/SallyBeast40 right there.
There you go. There you go.
He is Mitten Hauser Heifer. Or as I like to refer to him as Wish version Dr. Strangelove.
There you go.
Who, Guy Center?
What?
You're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
He's on the
Ron
YouTube.
doesn't give a fuck about shit.
Space Nazi doctor
Yeah.
who's half Dalek from Doctor Who, I guess. I
It's
don't know.
weird though because I'm watching him. He's a great actor, but he sounds a lot like Josh. Like, you know, maybe he should have an SS in front of his
Oh
name.
Jesus Christ!
No.
Look,
Alright.
I haven't been able to get up and kill Nazis in Wolfenstein in days, and so I'm really jonesing to put an axe between a fucking a Fraulein right now.
Oh, whatever. So, anyways, we got
What a
Warwick
gash
Davis.
she'd have then, huh? Huh? Get it? Never mind.
We got Warwick Davis returning once again to play the iconic horror icon.
The iconic horror icon.
Yeah, I went all the way around. I mean, I'd still put him fucking 15 steps in front of fucking that cocksucker Art the Clown.
Oh, I don't like Art the Clown either.
Gee,
But I wouldn't say that in front of Sally because I don't have a death wish.
I don't give a fuck.
You realize she's from the South, right?
So
Them earrings about to come off, son.
that doesn't give her a right to like bad stuff.
There you go.
I don't like it when mom and dad fight.
Look, we
If
have to
that's-
disagree on something.
Yes.
There.
Get
See,
your
it,
BT.
it ends right there then. But all right,
Let's
we
keep it going.
also get Brent Jasmine in here, who I mean, I don't know much about this dude at all, other than he did fucking 170 episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful, which Ron, maybe you can fill us in on that one.
My grandmother knew who he was, probably.
There.
Yeah.
No?
The only thing I know about him as far as this movie is because he kind of resembles Sylvester Stallone. They wanted him to do a Sylvester Stallone kind of accent, and he flat out said no.
Is this the
Well,
guy
I
with the
mean,
head?
he's a better actor than Stallone.
This was the main guy that kept hitting on, that was arguing with the main blonde. He
Oh.
ended up being our hero at the end, if you can call him that.
And
You
there
call
are
him
no,
books, though.
there are nobody in this film is a better actor than Sylvester Stallone. I mean, come
Yeah.
on.
No, you're wrong.
The closest is Miguel A. Nunez Jr.
You cannot
Warwick
go wrong
Davis
with
is better than
you
both
can't go
of them.
wrong with Miguel.
Warwick Davis and Miguel A. Nunez are the two highlights in this film. as
Well,
far
and the
as I'm
fact that we
concerned.
almost saw Debbie Dunning's boobs.
Yeah.
We got Jessica Collins in this as well, playing Tina, Ron's favorite character.
Which one was Tina?
The female soldier, right? No, Tina.
Was the
Oh,
the
that
doctor
part.
that ended up on
Doctor.
board?
Doctor.
She was the
Sorry,
doctor.
sorry.
Did
Shit.
anybody watch this movie?
Yes, I watched it with Ron.
Yeah.
Ron
Oh
was
my
so
fucking
enthused.
God. Yeah,
I
I'm
was.
sure he was. I'm sure he fucking probably made it miserable as hell even trying to watch it.
No.
Well, it helped that it's well, okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to
And the girl that you guys are talking about right there, that's Rebecca Carlton.
Thank you.
At least it's not her
She was in Baywatch. I mean, this was probably her biggest role. Which I'm gonna have to just, I mean, not bad. I wasn't mad. I thought her performance in it was good. I mean, whatever. We got Guy Center in here. He fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. He was in Doctor Who. I mean, this guy's done actually quite a bit of work. I'd say nothing like super fucking big, but I mean, how often can you really hire a
Who was
Nazi
he on
and get
Doctor
away
Who?
with it? You know, fucking just some random character actors for a few episodes.
He's not a real Nazi.
I mean, potato, potato. So, all right. We also in this film we got. Oh, I'm trying to think if we got anybody else that's worth a fuck for talking about.
Debbie Dunning,
Well, yeah, there's Debbie Dunning, and I mean,
Miguel Nunez.
but I mean, right. Well, first off, with Debbie, like
Motherfucker didn't get no
Yeah,
enchilada either.
Home Improvement. That's basically really it. And there, there's obviously another Tales from the Crypt callback there too, where she did an episode of that as well. And then with Miguel,
Miguel.
what the fuck ever. I can give a fuck less. What? He's probably most known for being the voodoo maestro in fucking Scooby-Doo movie.
What?
No. Return of the Living Dead, Friday the 13th Part 5,
Do you want
TV
him in?
shows.
I'm gonna have to say he was
I
probably
mean,
best.
Juana
in
Man,
this- he's probably best in this
problematic in
Scooby-Doo.
2024, but
Probably
No.
still best.
no.
Who's problematic in 2024?
You obviously.
I'm saying the movie Juana Man
What's
is
wrong with that movie?
It's just like ladybugs.
I don't understand what's wrong with that movie.
I'm just saying the subject matter could
what-
be construed, could be taken a little of, you know.
There,
What?
I changed my tagline.
Those damn space
Well,
enchiladas.
what's wrong with that movie, Jeff?
Oh, Demon, you'll feel better if you just shit.
The fact that it's just about a guy trying to pass off as a woman to play in the WNBA. It's
already
not-
happening
I
now.
mean,
I mean,
It's
it's,
a WNBA
if it's
series.
ever been more prevalent than it is now, I mean, it's just
I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I'm not venturing down this path. We need to talk about Leprechaun 4.
In space.
Hey, look, Sean's here. Hey, Sean.
How's it going? I'm just, if anything, he was ahead of his time then. It's like he predicted the future. So, I know you want to laugh. So, this is, like I said, a pretty fun fucking movie. We start off with the Leprechaun and, God damn it, what the fuck is her name in the actual Princess
Zarina.
Zarina. And they're basically compromising, and the Leprechaun wants to marry her so he can become a king, which I don't know how he got on this planet, but I'm really happy that it happened. What?
I think it's funny that they just never referred to him as a leprechaun in this movie at all. He's bastard, monster, alien. That's
yeah,
it.
he
That
was
little
never,
thing.
Yeah.
never a leprechaun.
I mean, he's not in this movie. He's just a little green guy. What, Ron? You got your face just is speaking volumes here. Did you not like this movie?
Really?
The characters in outer space things been called on because in outer space is almost like being under the ocean. They never know what they'll find out there. You're right, and
Fair.
this is one of those things too, where this is one of the top tier type films in space. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's great. And he's mad Jennifer Aniston wasn't there this time. I mean, he might be. I don't know.
Because
Why?
you know what? I always thought for the longest time I thought Jennifer Aniston aged gracefully, and she got hotter as she got older. And then I saw Leprechaun, and every thought I had in my head about touching myself to her went right out the fucking window.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh. Interesting.
This fucking movie
Oh boy.
ruining
He's
my
not
life.
in this movie.
I can't
He's
wait.
not even
to
in this
see-
one.
Franchise is ruining my life.
Well, I mean, you only got another 2 weeks of it.
Now, I won't be at the 24th, so I won't.
Fair
I'll be
enough. Fair
missing the
enough.
last one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
so I don't
funny
have to
because
torture you?
me and Jeff were going to be doing a different episode that week, so you didn't have to miss one.
I hate you.
That's news to me.
There is no way in hell that you can watch Back to the Hood and not want to see the second one.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
No,
I'm-
you're gonna like back to the.
I think that's the one
Well,
that's going
just
to
'cause I
really,
grew up
really
in the
end
hood.
up. And it's a Friday the 13th mug, and it's Cape Crystal Lake on the other side.
Just because I grew up in the hood.
There. But no, but no, we end up with that and what's his fucking face? Dr. Mittenhand having this like a space marine, for lack of better ways of putting it. They're just Marines, but they're
Yeah.
space. I'm calling them Space Marines because
They're essentially-
Warhammer fucking
they're-
Leprechaun.
They're essentially they're the like Z team from Aliens. They would have been sent in very last because they're like, they know they can't really get shit done. So This was going on while the A team was working on aliens. They were there taking care of that situation. These guys were like, "Hey, you go handle that little weird thing over there."
Right.
Fair.
But while this is all going
You guys
on,
handle LV-427.
Thank you. I was trying to remember what it was.
That's fine. April 26th is Alien Day. LV-426.
no, not happening. But
It's already happening without me.
well, it happens then, I guess.
Calendar progresses each day.
Sorry, Ron. One day you'll catch up. So
What?
they end up killing the leprechaun, blow him up with a grenade, and probably one of the greatest fucking thing.
All right, before you get going into this, I have to go to the bathroom and throw up because the medicine I'm on for my infection gives me bad side effects. So enjoy listening to this bullshit.
Handle and come back when you can.
Hope
We
we're
should
thinking
put up another
here.
poll. Do we want to wait for Ron to continue so he doesn't miss anything about Leprechaun? What's in the bottom of my cup? Oh, there's a lot of shit. Friday the 13th and all related characters and elements, new line productions, under license, blah 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 blah. Age 17 plus. You gotta be 17 and plus to buy them. There's an age limit on this cup. 20-ounce cup. I am drinking way too much fucking coffee.
That's
Holy
because it's mostly
fuck.
meant for whiskey.
This is like my 7th cup today, dude.
Is my voice deep when I do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I had it coming through.
No. So, anyways, guys, the leprechaun gets pissed on. Apparently, piss is like the perfect conductor for
Apparently.
leprechauns. Which is fucking great. Because
Don't pee on exploded leprechauns.
Yeah, don't do
If you
it.
take anything away from this episode,
I say chance it. What's so? I mean,
You
I
saw
think we
what
see
happened.
the worst is that happened.
I mean, and this was this before or after the? You know, I won't even. You'll get
What?
there. We'll get there.
What?
His weapon of choice at one point.
Basically, that's about yeah, basically. Well, anyways,
Should we be blurring out your mug so nobody comes after us?
probably. I don't fucking know. Whatever. But we end up shortly after everyone ends up leaving there. They get the princess over there who's now missing a hand. Which I mean, grenades can do that shit, but we end up having a small celebration going on. What the fuck is going on here today? I mean, yeah, I think he might have been a little bit too old for R. Kelly, but I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Let's see what Ron thinks. Ron,
I don't
would R.
want to talk
Kelly
about
have
it.
been
I
into
can
that
hear you.
leprechaun?
I can hear y'all yammering on about that stupid fucking scene while I'm in between my dry heaves.
What stupid scene? How is that a stupid
Where
scene?
the leprechaun travels up his fucking urine stream to go into his fucking dick.
How is that horrible though? That's fucking hilarious.
I didn't laugh.
You did it? I did. I laughed. I laughed
I mean,
so hard watching that leprechaun fucking go
it's
through that
it's
guy's
not
dick.
it's not
fucking
everybody's humor.
It's well, I mean, yeah, not everyone likes good humor.
I mean,
Not today, Jesus. Not today. No, dog
I mean,
piss.
technically it was dog piss, and he didn't go up into something.
Yeah. Technically, the dog piss. Technically, the dog piss created a crack that opened.
Yeah. Exactly. It was all in a dream. There's supernatural stuff going on. It's not technically because the dog pissed fire.
Yeah. And the dog's name was Jason.
Mm-hmm. All the second is losing it over the pirate joke, and we just have gone by it. I know that's what got her because she lost it as soon as it came on screen. Oh
Yeah.
God,
What can you say?
JB's.
Allie really enjoys a pee on kids joke.
It was just.
What?
I'll be okay.
What
You know,
was
if you
so
ever start
funny?
losing your hair, if you don't want to feel bad about yourself, you should get a toupee. Or never mind, I fucked that joke up.
Pee on you.
I was gonna say if you're losing your hair, you should buy a wig. You know, it'd be a small price to pay to feel better about yourself.
Toupee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fucked it up though.
I did fuck it up, much like the people who made this movie fucked this movie up.
They did not. This movie's great. All right. So we end up getting Leprechaun going through somebody's dick. And I mean, chaos just fucking goes from here. I mean, they go fucking nuts with this fucking movie. I mean, everything and anything that you can think of happens in this fucking movie. Your genetic fucking spider Nazi guy, that's a fucking thing because of this movie.
Well,
Can
he's
I
a
say-
genetic scorpion spider.
I do want to say the idea of an entertainment lounge seems so okay. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. Rewatching it kind of solidified that. There are moments I laughed and thought there was fun stuff, but an entertainment lounge with a full bar and a dance floor would not be there. If these are military personnel, they're not having that. They might have a communal area, much like in Alien, where they would sit around and eat and hang out, but not a whole bar and disco for them to act like friggin' idiots.
They're led by somebody who obviously was a fan of Captain Pike and designed himself around him. So, like,
all right. So
I barely know Star Trek, so
all right, look, guys. I just had to look something up. So the guy who the Leprechaun went through his dick, his name is Kowalski.
Mhm.
And you fucking with a Polish person? What the fuck?
Hold on. I just looked up some of his stuff, and he's in quite a few movies. All right, he's actually done quite a bit of acting, but he was in a movie called Asteroidageddon.
Asteroid again. That's hard to say.
Yo, yeah. He's basically done the same role for every
Is it
single thing he's ever-
asteroid again?
That's what I was wondering.
No. But no, but he's in some bad ones. Airline disaster. He is in Miss March, which I do like, but I'm a Trevor Moore fan. But no, I mean, this guy's in a shit ton of really, really bad B movies.
that tracks for a lot of straight to video stuff,
including he did some Star Trek. So,
but I did find out the guy who plays I guess he's the sergeant with the metal plate on his head.
Chop Top from Wish.com.
He was supposed to be the Arlie Ermy character in Full Metal Jacket.
I'm glad he wasn't.
They didn't like his performance really, so they gave it to Arlie Ermy, who was he was on set as a consultant.
Right.
Iconic.
They moved him into that role, and he still got a role in the movie. I think he's a machine gunner.
Door gunner.
So they're like, this was his chance to kind of play that role. I'm like, no, that is nothing.
That's a reason why Stanley Kubrick got rid of you.
He didn't get rid of him.
Don't get me wrong. The guy played a goofy sergeant, and we'll get to later on what happens. I thought it was kind of funny, but
would you say he pulled a Joanna Man?
The best line from this movie is when the guys are dancing and Miguel Nunez says 23rd century and they still can't dance.
Yeah, that one got a loud laugh out of me.
I think I actually mentioned that to you, Sally, that I thought that was funny.
You did.
Yes.
You thought that was hilarious.
But
and he's right, because
with the exception of Joanna Man can do no wrong because he's fucking demon from Friday the 13th.
The fuck?
Which, mind you, even though it wasn't Jason, is a far superior movie to this.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I would I'm going to agree, but I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get there. Why?
Let's just throw it out there real quick. This movie on IMDb has a 3.5. just so people do know. And it's not like 1 or 2 ratings. This has a shit ton of reviews on it, but I do want people to understand, what it was rated.
And how Roger Corman was probably pissed that these people were ripping him off.
I mean, maybe he ripped them off.
No, I'm pretty sure they ripped
Oh man.
So, anyways, this movie goes fucking nuts.
I just go ahead. I'll bring it up later. Go ahead. When we get to that point, I'll bring it up.
We do learn something about aliens, though, and I believe that after watching this movie, that Ron wishes that every alien woman would give him a death sentence
with her tits.
That's how you do it. Which I think they were just really looking for
alien princesses.
They actually went back and shot that scene because they wanted nudity in the movie. So that was not originally there. They went back and went, "We want to have some nudity. Will she take off her top?"
Nudity. Will Warwick do full frontal?
Warwick probably would. He's probably a goddamn tripod.
Well, that just piqued Sally's interest.
Excuse me.
What the fuck, Jeff? Of all the things that
don't let him anywhere near the set of Hogan's Heroes.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna have to make the Tales from the Podcast shirt.
My bee is gonna get flipped on that one.
The tripod.
We're going to Happy Bee on that.
Oh my god.
I mean, you wonder what he's carrying around that he calls his shillelagh.
That's what he was slapping everybody with on the third movie. So
that's where all the magic is. It's not the gold.
Oh my fucking god. I will say it is weird in this one that you do get a lot more jewels and gems that the Leprechaun has compared
I'm thinking it's got to be because it's in space. They're like, oh, it's got to be more extravagant because it's space. It's like, not really.
Yeah, and he's going after, he's trying to get a princess. So he's got to have more than gold.
That's the only thing that tracks from like 2 is that he's looking for someone to marry.
Because it didn't work out for 2.
Well, yes and no. I mean, like,
and it's not the same Leprechaun, but I mean, unless they stuck him in a spaceship and shot his ass up into space.
I mean, I love that she actually is going along with his ploy in this movie, and he's like more or less calling her a nagging bitch. Like he can't take it. Like he wants the challenge.
It has to be a different Leprechaun because he wouldn't have been able to get married in the 23rd century.
Yeah.
So there,
they only
first off proof that there's different Leprechauns.
Oh my god, I'm not in the mood for that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you want solid proof? That is solid proof right there. You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Oh man, Trekkipedia.
Yeah, that's a good one, Trekkipedia. I'm. It wasn't the first one I saw, but I'm right there with you. This is a fucking fun movie.
I wish this was the last one I have to see.
It's not. You got 2 more, Ron.
Oh, I hate my life. Everything's cold.
Are we gonna make him watch the last one just because?
Yes.
All right.
I got nothing better to do. For all I care, we could do fucking Back to the Hood twice. Me and Jeff would do it, and then we'll wait for Ron to do it again.
You can just take my portion of that first show and just play it back because I'm not gonna do it twice.
You know what? That's what we'll do.
I haven't seen Back to the Hood. I barely remember In the Hood. So
really,
yeah.
Oh man,
I've only seen In the Hood once.
Those the best. That's my. I think Ron's gonna like those the best.
Oh, me too. I think it's gonna really connect to Ron like deeper in his roots. Like he's gonna have a more, what, Ron?
That's sorry, Ron.
What?
Look, we are not 100% certain if the next thing is going to be Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's looking that way now, but things could change.
I mean,
Vote for Treehouse or vote for Child's Play. Vote for Treehouse or vote for Child's Play. Vote for Treehouse or vote for Child's Play. I would never sway anyone to vote one specific way. Vote for
That
Treehouse
was
or vote
really
for
good,
Child's Play.
Kevin Nealon.
we got another vote.
For who?
So right now we've gotten a few more votes since we started, and sitting at 20% is Child's Play.
Hey!
Sitting at 33% is Treehouse of Horror, and then at 47%
Woo!
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Which means somebody changed their vote.
No,
Yeah.
It could mean that more votes came in for either Child's Play or Treehouse. It could have thrown it off.
that's exactly what it is.
And
More
it
for,
skewed the
more for
percentage.
Child's Play.
I mean,
There-
look,
there are-
it was all in fun.
we went up in votes.
Yeah.
This could change.
It can change. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen in like a moment's notice or anything, but I mean,
the race is on.
When does the vote end?
The
last episode that we do of Leprechaun.
which apparently is going to be the first Saturday in March.
All right, who made the burner accounts?
Oh wow.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Well, first off,
Yeah.
burner accounts aren't gonna work because
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's tried doing it before. I'll just throw it out there. Don't know who it was. I don't really give a fuck who it was. But burner accounts don't work. They go away.
Why don't you tell them
disappear.
who the burner accounts voted for?
They voted for Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
Which I don't know why.
We saw this, and then we saw this.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Oh, look, I changed my vote. Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, God. It's a vote for Are You Afraid of the Dark? So, Are You Afraid of the Dark's now at 49%.
You need to not change your votes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the voice of
Do
the
what the
whole
fuck you
world.
want. I mean, you got another like 2 weeks or whatever.
Great.
And
Because I won't be here the 24th.
doesn't matter. That's when we end Leprechauns when it ends.
Oh, so you're doing it without, so I don't have to watch Back to the Hood?
I mean, I'd like for you to watch it, but I mean, if you're just gonna sit there and not be happy about it,
I mean, well, if he's got other things going on, it's not that big of a deal if he misses it. We're still gonna have a fun show. So
You'll still have Sally.
thanks, Sean.
maybe we can get Warwick on, and he'll demonstrate the tripod.
If you need somebody to shit all over the Leprechaun movies while I'm gone, we can get Josh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we just
Sally
don't-
knows he'll shit all over him.
I mean, I can only make so many Nazi jokes in an episode, though.
Stop.
No, I mean, maybe they finally give us a chance where people will actually start showing some love and respect.
Oh no, I'm in space.
All right. So, anyways, let's just skip ahead to this. All right. Comes down to the end. They end up blowing up the Leprechaun to a large size.
And I love the whole.
It's best ending. It's one of the best endings. It's one
That
of the
was
things I
hilarious.
remembered like
That
my
was
entire
the-
fucking life. Oh yeah.
I do like the fact that they showed us the device that blows him up by shrinking down the leprechaun's goals, saying, hey, it allows us to move stuff. So they give you a reason. It's not just out of nowhere later on. They're like, oh, we'll use the embiggening ray on him.
Yeah, it was demonstrated before, way before the
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, it was Chekhov's embiggening gun.
Wikipedia. And it was dry coffee creamer. But it makes sense. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this movie. I mean, it has one of the most fun fucking endings of a Leprechaun movie, period. It's hilarious all the way through. You still get your fucking puns. You get,
You do realize that people who are just listening to this think that you're not lying to them.
I'm not. This is a fun fucking movie.
There was a lack of limerick, which irritated me, but
Yeah. It didn't. He wasn't as leprechaun-y as the other ones.
Really?
There was no rhyming. There was really no jokes going on. I mean, there were jokes, but it wasn't the same. It didn't have the same feel as the first three
He
movies.
closed his eyes when Chick fell off the platform that year. That
And-
was just like, what was that?
He's using a blaster. He has magic. They've shown he has magic. He's using a blaster. And I mean, credit to Warwick Davis. He looked like he was having fun doing it.
Well,
But
because
I mean,
he
come
shoot
on.
blasters in Star Wars. That's why. But
Now, I do want to point out something too.
also, wasn't he breaking the fourth wall a bunch, or was that just me?
Kind of.
There was specifically the one scene where he made himself look like the blonde and she was naked, and he looked at the camera and goes, "Oh, thank you." He's like, ugh. No. Not that I really cared for her at all, but I don't need a attractive woman looking at the camera with Warwick Davis's voice saying, "Oh, thank you," and with a seductive look. It's like,
Well, there
That's
went
the
my
one time
boner.
Ron had a boner in this one.
hey, some people might like that. I'm not going to kink shame, but it did not work for me.
I will say, I do think when Warwick, the Leprechaun, goes out of Kowalski's dick, it is one of the funniest things ever. He like jumps out of that thing. It's
Remember to
great.
use a prophylactic. That is funny. That's one of the few. That's one of the few things I laughed at in this movie.
One of the
I think
few.
it would have been better had they kept him more in line with the other leprechauns in this series to this point,
But
and
he's a
had him
different
do more of the
leprechaun.
rhyming. If
But
the
he is-
movie's Leprechaun 4 in space, something should denote other than just a costume that he's a leprechaun. A costume in gold and magic. That was it. And there was no limericks, nothing. It could have even been more
It's a
space
different
limericks. It could have
leprechaun.
worked.
Like he might have just been a little bit more serious.
I don't know if I'd call it serious, but
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what you call it.
I will say I did like when he used his own version of a lightsaber.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like, all right. So he didn't get to shoot any blasters when he was he Wicket?
Yeah.
And he's never been able to hold a lightsaber because he was never a Jedi. So he got to do two things George Lucas never let him do.
This is true.
George Lucas hates little people. That's why.
He's
I
on
don't know if
record
that's
actually
true.
talking about it.
I don't know if that's true.
He made sure that Warwick even had the rights to his toys because he didn't think they'd sell because he hates little people so much.
Wait a minute. Did I do something that should have been muted?
Probably,
That happens.
you know,
I didn't rip ass. I know that.
you might have.
I would have known. I would have felt it.
There's been a disturbance in my pants. Have you felt it?
Oh my god.
Be careful, Ron. You might have a leprechaun be coming out of there.
You would have visibly seen
No,
me
because
like
I don't
float
do
out of the
stupid
seat.
fucking things like pee on dead leprechauns.
Oh my God! You're. Anytime you see something dead on the ground, you pee on it.
Uh-oh.
That's just
No!
rule number one.
What the fuck?
No,
What kind of
no.
backwoods
This is Beavis and Butthead shit.
All right,
And I would know. I've been rewatching a lot of Beavis and Butthead lately.
You're gonna tell me right now that you've never just went outside and pissed on something that was dead?
No.
Never, not once.
Never.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I've never done that.
Sally has.
Probably.
I mean, that's like 50.
I peed in the woods a lot. There was probably something, I don't know. No, I've never peed on anything dead.
Okay, gotcha. So I don't have to hear it. That's true. That's true. But then it could get into weird territory, and it's just not my thing.
I don't know though. I still think it's a fun movie.
It's not fun. Okay. It's my least favorite of the whole series.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Because I've been so hard. I've been like the floaty one the whole time. Like, I give this a 200 out of 10. Because I love the Leprechaun series, but this is my least favorite one. Which
That's fine.
delighted Ron when we were watching it. Because I knew it before I started watching it.
Oh,
And I
Ron
thought, well,
fucking
maybe I'll
hates
change
us.
my mind. But no, it
Ron's hated the
solidified.
last month and a half.
Yeah.
Like, well,
But I
Ron
mean,
was
he's
so
also
excited that it was my least, but I was laughing throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was still funny.
I mean, he's entitled to feel the way he feels. If he doesn't like it, no amount of anything we say is going to sway his opinion, and that's just fine if he doesn't like it. All horror isn't for everybody. I mean, I don't really care for this one. I found things that were funny in it. It's not one that I'll go back
was-
to and rewatch.
For me, it was more of a parody of the Leprechaun series than it was a Leprechaun movie. But
Yeah, it was a parody of all those space films we've seen, Aliens.
yeah, it was like
anything
if
with Space Marines. Yeah,
What is it I said when we were watching it that made you laugh so hard, Ron? I said if someone made a porn of aliens.
This is an alien porn parody.
this ain't Aliens.
I mean, nothing is Sexkilla though,
Yeah, nothing will ever beat Sexkilla.
or Pimpula. We still have to find a copy of that.
Is that a xenomorph in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my god, he did it.
Getting acid out.
I know JB hates me now. He's like, he's calculating.
no, I'm
wrong.
not calculating anything. I mean,
That was
I
your
had a lot of fun with this movie. I don't really care how you guys feel about it. I mean,
Hey, I mean,
I will say that I did put this on during dinner when my in-laws were all here and my whole family was here, and I just sat there and watched it in the living room by myself. Nobody watched it.
That's delightful.
I mean,
What was JB doing? I don't know. He was watching some alien porn in the living room.
they're
while we
all
were-
talking and eating and doing stuff in the kitchen. I'm just sitting there, right room next over. Just
something about a giant leprechaun and then some space chick showing her boobs, and
I mean,
I don't know. There was a
Glitter
mutant
everywhere. We thought
spider.
it was a strip club.
I
She was
mean,
talking about people
yeah.
dying when they saw her tits. Like we weren't sure what was happening.
which happens. But
I mean, are we not going to talk about though the creepy doctor who started smelling her smelling the princess when she was on the table?
God,
that's where my quote's from. He was a naughty, naughty boy.
Naughty, naughty boy.
Dude, I was
You
like,
a naughty,
"Ugh."
naughty boy.
And then he's like looking at anyone. Like, if anyone will throw me a bone, I'll screw anyone
All right,
here.
now,
I
hold
don't
on.
care. I'm like,
No,
All right.
let's just talk for a second about that scene because he's touching her, he likes her, but what part of her does really gets him excited though?
no, he's going after her feet. He was sniffing her feet.
No,
That's
no,
where
no,
he
no,
really
no.
got.
No, come on, think about it for a minute. When he really got excited was when he saw the belly button.
Yeah, the
Oh,
belly button's
yeah,
what got
that's
him.
right.
Eh?
I know he sniffed her feet, and I forgot about him going back to the belly button. It's like,
It's when he saw it. He was staring at it, and the camera cuts to it, and then he goes and sniffs her feet.
Yeah.
So apparently that's his thing.
I mean, who hasn't done that before? Just
Saw a belly button and immediately started sniffing feet. I'd probably kick you in the teeth.
I mean,
Be like,
that's
"What
why
are
you
you
only
doing?"
do it when they're unconscious.
Oh well, that's
oh, Jesus.
regrowing a hand.
Yeah, remember when they first show her fingers start to come out? How I went ew because it looked like Deadpool's little baby hand.
Yes, it looked like Deadpool. was
That's where they got the
generating.
inspiration for it. If you've ever watched the behind the scenes stuff for Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds was talking about how they got. Yeah.
Nope. Nope, it is not true because I've seen behind the scenes stuff on Deadpool 2. That is not true at all. If anything, Leprechaun in space would be more of a inspiration for probably that shitty Green Lantern movie.
Oh God!
That was Ron's favorite DC film.
I do want to say, for this being, what was this,
Still better
97?
than any fucking Zack Snyder film.
Wow.
It's not hard.
Yeah.
I do want to say I appreciate the fact that they kept the Last Starfighter-esque graphics for the CG moments in this.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure the original series of Star Trek had better CGI.
I mean, I shouldn't say that because I still like the Last Starfighter's use of CG. This was just, and even the filmmakers are like, yeah, it's below PlayStation.
You could tell it was like toys being floated on like fishing line.
Well, plus Last Starfighter, the story was way more important than the effects, and they overshadowed the effects. This,
When I first saw this, I was like, man, that's a fucking killer spaceship. I thought the effects
Every
looked
time
great.
it cut away, I was like, "This is a cutscene from a video game."
No.
Yes, I said that. I said it looks like a cutscene from a video game.
It's
oh,
not,
good!
though.
Somebody's using the unmade parts of the sequel to Star Fox.
All right, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah,
I like this
yeah.
movie. I don't
was.
care. I have fun with it.
I didn't hate it, but
Does it have
I'm
it has
obsessed with the
flaws.
Leprechaun series. So
You know, it does have flaws. It's not the best of these movies. I will give it that, but it's still a fucking fun one.
agreed. I agree with that.
Well, let's go
It's
with
still
that.
fun.
What does everybody think?
Unfortunately, I feel Leprechaun 4 is the last one that has any energy. I think they kind of got lazy with being in the hood, but then again, when you start smoking a lot of pot the way he does, then I mean, I can see it. But we will get there next week when we talk about in the hood. But with this movie, I'm not going to give it as high of a rating as I have some of the other ones. It's a solid 6 for me, though. It's a fun movie. It's a fun watch. There's good humor in it. I mean, and plus you get to see fucking, Mitten Spider fucking just rip off fucking pants.
Like
How
that
does
was
he
funny,
do
like,
that? How does he rip off just her pants the way he did in the air vent?
Because it was in the script.
Because he's very strategic and he only wanted to see her half naked.
Smart ass. Well, what did you guys think of this one? Come on.
Who wants to go first?
I don't care who goes first. Let's hear from Ron first.
Okay, I've been very harsh on these films. I've given them 2s. I've given them 3s. But this one, I'm going to give this a solid 0. I give it a 0.
First 0. Wow.
Oh, this ain't my first 0. In this franchise, it is, but it ain't my first 0. Didn't I give something a negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
That's harsh.
It is. It is harsh.
I give it a 0. The effects were garbage. The storyline was basically copy paste from Alien.
They just did it better.
Thrown in with some Doctor Strangelove ripoff. And Peter Sellers will never be topped in that kind of a role. It's no. And Warwick felt like he phoned everything in. Like he was bored and he didn't want to be there. So that's what I think of Leprechaun 4 in space. Now, can we watch Pigs in Space?
No.
It's as long as I don't have to watch this Jason in space, I'll be okay.
Hey now.
Sally, what do you think about this movie?
That's all right though.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Thank you.
So it is my least favorite in the Leprechaun series, but I am obsessed with the Leprechaun series, so I'm not going to say it's the worst movie ever. Like, I'm not going to say that because it was fun. It had funny parts. The Dick Birth, hilarious. Mitten Spider, hysterical. There was a lack of limerick, which irritates me because I love the Leprechaun limericks. But I'm going to give this one a 6.
Oh, right there with me. Look at
And
that.
before we go into Jeff, I just want to respond to that comment. My biggest pet peeve with films is when a shitty film takes something from a really good film and uses it and they fuck it up.
Are you talking
I think they did that twice in this movie. 3 times actually. Dr. Mittenhead, whatever the fuck his name was.
Mitten Spider.
Was trying to be Dr. Strangelove. They did the I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you. The hell I'm not. That's from McClintock with John Wayne, which is a far better film. There was something else that was said in the movie that was from another movie. At the end of part 3, they ripped off Casablanca.
They did it better.
Oh, for fuck's! Oh, stop! They did not.
A little
Jesus
I
fucking
just-
Christ.
bit. A little bit.
Well, they were doing a space themed movie, and then Mitten Hand is very remnant of like he's like a knockoff Captain Pike. So
Well, that too.
somebody's a Star Trek fan, and that's okay because I am too. So it's like, but 5, I give it a 5 or 6. I give it a 6. Sorry, I'm with JB 6.
Jeffrey.
Thank you.
As I said, I only found parts of this fun. It's not it's not nearly as fun for me as the first 3. I enjoy the first 3. This is where it falls for me, which is why I had a hard time going to the In the Hood movies. As this one was like, okay, while I think Warwick was still great, and I like Miguel A. Nunez, the rest of these guys just, I don't know. And I feel like the whole thing with Mitten Spider was just, I don't know. I feel like it was kind of forced. Like they were like, oh, we need another kind of monster. I'm like, you already have the Leprechaun. You don't need something else. I mean, it gives us this.
See, what I don't understand is the Leprechaun puts the tarantula and the scorpion in the smoothie.
See, that was my thing. He put a tarantula and a scorpion in there, and then he's Mitten Spider. Where's the scorpion part?
Where's the scorpion? That's what I want to know. Like, where's the scorpion on him?
The only thing I can think is that's how he ripped her clothes. Maybe there was a scorpion claw somewhere, but he's only got spider legs. You look at this. There's only spider legs.
Well, look at the way he goes up in the back. Maybe there's the scorpion tail.
Maybe he has a scorpion tail.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I will say this: the makeup for Mitten Spider is good. I feel like it wasn't for this movie. I feel like what I should say was this movie didn't need the Leprechaun if they were going that way. There could have been something else. Leprechaun could have been
but
something
the Leprechaun
else.
made it better.
A Mitten Spider looked like a cheap version of Anton Arcane when he transformed into the Beast in the Swamp Thing movie.
And see, I was thinking he kind of looked like this was inspiration kind of for the creatures in Galaxy Quest, but they did it better. It kind of reminded me of that, but this is a 2 for me.
Wow,
It fell hard.
Ooh,
It fell hard. This is a 2.
I did not expect that
Hey,
from you.
I mean, it has fun moments, but overall, it's not on the level of the first 3 for me. It's not the best movie that went to space. I'm going to say that to me is a tie between Jason X and Hellraiser Bloodline. They did it far better
I need
than
to
this one.
see Hellraiser Bloodline.
It doesn't. Not all of it takes place in space. That's the whole thing. It's like I think it's what the last 10, 15 minutes are in space.
There's the beginning and then the last few minutes, but I like what they did with it. This one, I will say, it was, even though the effect was really bad of the Leprechaun being thrown out into space and him being stretched and morphed until he blew up, you can see how they did it. You can see the lines of the effect. It's still kind of fun to watch it and just see him get distorted.
I love that when he got big, he actually mentioned that I wonder what else is big kind of thing. Like,
yeah, he made the dick joke, and that was fun.
Funny. That was
me,
funny.
I think this film makes anything Roger Corman's done after the 60s where it got really bad for him. It makes anything he's done look like Citizen Kane.
I don't know.
It's like I said, there's
Back
certain
to the Hood
things.
makes Citizen Kane look like it's fucking Barney.
That didn't even make any sense.
Like
I'm
would have
just saying that these fucking movies are a lot better than you guys are giving them credit for. Like,
Oh, you can't get mad at my opinion.
I enjoyed the first 3. This one I don't care for. It's, to me, it is not great.
It is.
I mean,
and because I don't like it doesn't mean you can't like it.
I know, and
Yeah.
I continue.
Oh, I
to
love
like
the
it, and I
Leprechaun.
will
I'm
continue to like it.
absolutely.
But like, I agree with JD here. You dropped the ball on the homages considering it's part 4 of a Leprechaun horror franchise. I'm not tough on it. I completely agree with you. I don't know who JD Smith is, but who is that? Ron, is that one of your guys?
No,
Sally?
not that I know of.
I agree with you.
Not sure, but we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for real.
yeah.
And
I mean,
no.
I look at it this way. Everyone's going to form an opinion on horror movies and movies in general, how they feel. That's the beauty of being a horror fan and having a discussion in a forum like this where you can be an adult, you can give your opinion, and despite JB giving everyone shit because we don't love it like he does, we still all walk away from this respecting each other's opinion. I don't want to be gatekeeping. I don't want to gaslight people when it comes to horror.
I do.
Nobody's going to love everything. Well, fuck you. The thing is,
I want to gaslight
this franchise means more to people if they grew up with it than if they just randomly discovered it. Some people aren't going to feel the same. And that's perfectly fine
because he didn't watch it before. I think that the fact that these are all first time watches for Ron make it worse for him.
Well, to be fair, aren't the next two films first watches for Jeff?
One of them is. I have seen In the Hood, but I've only seen it once. So I don't remember a whole lot about it. Okay. Other than we get, well, I don't want to give it away.
What were you watching in the 90s to not see these movies, Ron?
Like, I was obsessed.
I'll be honest with you. And I know you're going to find some way to make fun of this, but I didn't have a lot of friends. So I went through a lot of shit in the early 90s, and I just focused on school and getting good grades and shit like that. I didn't really have time for, I saw whatever my grandparents were watching when I was doing my homework when they were watching me when my mom was at work, and then we had intern to deal with, and so I didn't really get a lot of exposure to the less than major cinema.
And that's perfectly fine. Things happen. Everyone's life is different, so you have exposure to different things, and you come to things at different points in your life. I didn't grow up watching the Universal movies like so many people I know did. I'm discovering them later.
Right.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, but I can see where some people wouldn't enjoy it because they do move at a slower pace. There's a deliberate way these movies were made.
And I think we can both agree that the biggest villain in all of the Universal movies is the Invisible Man.
Oh, by far. That guy is just
fucking dick.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. I mean, how many people die on the train that they kill off of off screen? Like 300?
Yeah. It was... And I get that. None of them are great, but I love the first three Leprechaun movies. It's just this one, I feel the same as when I first watched it. It's just kind of like, well, that was that. There was fun moments, but I mean,
right. And Trekopedia, I didn't really start getting into horror hardcore until. You know what? Really, I was like the first horror film I saw was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I didn't start really going into horror deep until I started watching Monster Vision, and that's why Joe Bob coming back is such a big deal for me.
Yeah,
because he was the gateway.
He's been back though.
I'm not.
It's about the new season coming back.
All right. I'm just saying, even with Joe
and there are a lot of films that you guys would be shocked I haven't seen. Obviously, these Leprechauns are one, but last night Joe Bob showed Freeway. I had never seen Freeway. That movie is fucked up, but
it is. I've seen it once, and it's
really good though. It's really good. It makes me think Kiefer Sutherland could play Two-Face.
Yeah,
and then he played Vamp. I had never seen Vamp.
I still have not seen that one.
And it is like it could have ended 4 times, and it didn't.
Well,
I've been pulling movies from basically from the 40s up to as current as this year, and putting them in a spreadsheet and marking off what I have seen and going through and trying to see what I haven't that I can readily get that's available.
Right.
Because there's a lot I haven't seen.
Whoever says, gives me shit for the stuff I haven't seen, we can always just say, well, JB hasn't seen Society. And I'm sure there's a group of people who will say, what the fuck? You haven't seen Society?
Probably.
Dude, it's some of Screaming Mad George's best effects work.
I don't know why I haven't seen Bloodlines. Probably because I avoid horror space movies. I get for some reason.
Well, it's only space for not even a fourth of the picture.
There's some in the beginning and then some at the end that wraps up the story. The majority of it is taking place at different points in time. So there's
It
a
follows
timeline
the
aspect.
person who created the lament configuration, the box, it follows their bloodline. And how it's gonna like kind of curse them, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah, it follows Le Marchand and kind of goes through all of that stuff. So you
open
get
the box.
the genesis of how this
You
box
better
was
clean up
created.
after.
And you get Angelique.
Oh.
Boy.
I'm gonna watch it. It's on Paramount. I put it in my list. I'm gonna watch
I
it.
actually saw that in theaters, believe it or not.
I wish I
may
would have seen
watch
it in
it
theaters.
tomorrow.
I stumbled across it on cable years back, and I was like, "Oh, wow!"
I have company coming tomorrow night. I may make them watch. Hellraiser Bloodlines.
Oh my god. Well,
See this
I'd
comment
love
from
to watch the
Trekkipedia.
Bloodlines.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's true.
You know, it's
I mean,
just
let's-
Oh no!
it's one of those things where sometimes you go to see a movie and it's with the person you're with or all this other kind of stuff. But the last movie I saw in theaters was H2 with my mom was H2O.
H2O.
And so now that movie always has a special spot in my heart. No matter what people think about it, I'm always going to think fondly of it. I know it's not the best in the franchise, but
it's just a memory thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a good memory, and I want to stick with that. You know,
Sally, stop at Hellraiser 2. No, I've already went past Hellraiser 2. It's okay. I just don't know why I haven't seen. What is that? The fourth or the fifth one?
it's the fourth.
Fourth
It's
one. Yeah.
Stop after that one though.
I
will
didn't
say
like the
it's-
third one. But
It's why every year I'll watch Halloween. 4 and 5 when they're played on TV. They're not great, but
Halloween 4 and 5
these-
are basically AMC's Fear Fest. That's all they show.
these were the two movies I saw the most before I saw the original Halloween because I didn't have access to it because it was barely ever played on TV. They played 2, 3 occasionally, but it was 4 and 5 were the go-to every year.
Yep.
So I have this nostalgia for watching them. And I know people be like, those are two of the worst next to, Curse of
isn't
Michael
bad at all.
Myers. And 4 and 5 at least have a through story through both.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Curse
5
is
was
where
supposed to be a
kinda-
different story,
yeah.
but
Well, also I think it was Joe Bob talking about the person who directed 5 was like really not into any of the movies and just turned it into something else.
yeah, and that's where we got the Man in Black and the whole thorn tattoo.
Yeah, it didn't need that. It didn't need that.
And then we get Paul Rudd with a bunch of rocks.
Which I like Paul Rudd in that movie, but the rest of it is
still
so
hasn't fucking
weird.
aged either.
No, the man made a deal with the devil.
I have this
Okay.
great idea where if you guys want to talk about that movie, why don't we put it in the franchise thing next time instead of spending 20 minutes?
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
let's
something
I'm
let's
down.
do it.
Oh, you know Halloween's gonna
It
win.
just came up because we were talking about everyone having different opinions on movies,
I understand
and that's
that.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, you
And
just
I mean,
gotta,
at the end
you
of the
just gotta be
day-
honest about it, though. I mean, some
Yeah.
people's opinions are just not right.
Mm, mm,
What do you think, Sally? Some people just aren't right.
Well, she could say the same thing to you because of your thoughts on Art the Clown.
That's fine. She could,
yeah.
but she chose not to even bring it up. She chose to not even let that argument go on.
Because I knew I wasn't going to win it like with Ron. I just don't even bring it up with Ron because it turns into like a fucking David Thornton fuckfest. And I'm just like, oh, never mind. Just never mind.
I mean,
I know
Hey.
you and I are fine when it comes to Art the Clown. It's when me and Chuck start talking about Art the Clown is when we really get into it because he sees Art as this new icon of horror, like Jason or Freddy, and that's just
Right,
not the
right.
I do too, but it's
thing is,
I
though,
know that you think I'm wrong.
we can say he's not for us, but there's a new generation coming that he might be. Just like before us,
Yeah, but
Dracula
this
and
new
the Wolfman were
generation-
horror
I
icons. We
fangirled
have
with-
Freddy and Jason, so
Leone.
we can't
and
say no, he's
David-
not an icon. You're wrong because
Well, the thing
different
about
generations
Dracula,
each have different
the
things.
thing about Dracula and Wolfman and all that stuff is like, especially Dracula and Frankenstein, they're fucking timeless. You know what I mean? Because they were
True.
before our
Well, I
parents.
put
and our
that in a
grandparents.
different
Right.
category than what I put Art the Clown in. Like, there's timeless classics, and then there's icon. Like, I don't know. Like, I have like a different. Like, I don't know. It's okay.
Right. And
Most
if it-
people don't agree with me on Art the Clown.
I still like I like Terrifier 2. I didn't care for the first one, but Terrifier 2 won me over.
Here's
So I'm
the
looking
thing, okay,
forward to
The
3.
first one sucked. All Hallows Eve sucked. All Hallows Eve 2 sucks. I mean, I've shat fucking things that are fucking better than fucking watching any of those fucking movies.
So here's the way I
They're
look at
fucking
it.
just hot garbage.
Dracula, Frankenstein, timeless. Okay, Freddy and Jason are icons. I even throw my okay. And if I'm gonna compare. I'll speak AEW to Sally because she'll get that. Okay, I see that look. Whereas Jason is an icon, right? Like
Mhm.
Sting. Okay, you can never take that away from him. For my money, right now, Art the Clown is MJF.
Oh, now see, that was too far.
I don't think so.
I don't even get that reference.
They do.
You don't need to. You don't need to. But my point is, each generation, like we grew up, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, even Chucky at some respect, Pinhead. These were the things we all saw as like these pillars of horror growing up. That's going to change. And if Art the Clown is someone that the new wave of horror fans coming in put on that pedestal, we can't tell them, no, you're wrong. It needs to be these ones. You can't change that.
I've been telling them they're wrong
Sally?
since day one. I've been telling them that.
But that's the thing, you can't do that because it's all
I did.
subjective. It's each one's, it's what someone else may like and you don't like is
No, it's wrong.
it's perfectly fine.
Some of it's wrong. Like my daughter's, like she likes a lot of this stuff, and she and I got talking about some of this
Look,
shit. And
I
told her,
willingly
"This stuff fucking
paid
sucks." I told her,
$160 to meet the director and the
oh
actor.
my god, are you
and-
joking?
No,
Oh my
I did
fucking
it
god!
twice.
At
No
the end of the
way.
day, if Art the Clown brings more
Oh,
people into
That's
horror
like
and they
buying
start
a bunch of
discovering
burritos
stuff,
that give you food poisoning and then going right back and doing it again. It's just
I think,
fucking dumb. Like,
Jeff,
why would
I
you
think
spend
you
that
and
much
I-
money like
I
that?
think
That's a
you and
lot
I
of
will
money
agree on
for
this.
nobody.
I think Jeff, you and I will agree on this for sure. Is that it's been said that horror fans are only into like niche bullshit, but I think horror fans are bigger film fans than most film fans because we know about everything.
Right.
we take the time to go in. Every time I would get a new Blu-ray, and I haven't got any for a long time, but even if it was a horror movie I hadn't seen, the first thing I'm doing is putting on all the special features because I want to see the behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
And that's pretty much any movie in any genre I own. Even if I've seen the movie, I'm going in. I want to see how the sausage was made, so to speak.
Well, and that's like I watched the Criterion Closet videos, and
That's
they
what she
just
said.
did. What's that?
Which
Sal?
thank you for introducing me to that.
Oh yeah, Joel Edgerton just did one, and he's showing all these movies I've never even heard of, and that's how I'm like when they explain to people like what about the film made them want to made it a part of them, that makes me want to watch it then. I mean, granted, there are times when I watch it and I'm like, why hasn't more people mentioned Night of the Hunter? What the fuck is up with you people? And the only time I ever saw anybody take Night of the Hunter was why am I drawing a blank on his name? But he played Bubbles in The Wire.
Don't fucking.
I didn't
Not
watch
Bubbles.
The
He
Wire.
played not Bubbles. What was his name?
We need to wrap this shit up, guys. I gotta go piss.
I agree.
Yeah,
before
I
JB
never watched The
changes
Wire,
his
so
opinion
Omar.
about me,
Huh?
'cause I love Art the Clown. So don't talk about
Okay.
it long enough that JB changes his opinion about me.
Michael K. Williams.
Yeah, I mean, you already
Okay, Michael
fucked
K.
up by
Williams.
He's the
talking
only
about
one that
how
ever
much you
picked
like
up Night of the Hunter.
Clown.
Nice. I think bottom line what I want to say is if Art the Clown brings more people into horror, that is a good thing because we want
I
to
don't
be
want them. I don't want
here's
them.
the thing. No, you could say that, but
I did.
we don't want the horror genre to die at one point. And if more fans come in because of Art the Clown and they start going back through the archives and seeing all the stuff that we grew up loving and they appreciated on
They
some level,
don't, though. They go and watch these shitty ass Blumhouse movies and think it's real fucking horror. Those kids that think this shit is scary, they're fucking retarded. Fuck them.
see, and I'm not gonna say that. You can have that opinion.
I did.
I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, you're allowed to say that. What I'm saying is I'm not going to tell them that because ultimately it's not my place to tell them that. If they like it, let them like it.
Well, not only that, but the way JB was talking just now, it sounds a lot like, I'm going to go back to wrestling, but it sounds a lot like Hulk Hogan. This is my spot. I don't want these young pups to have it.
Yeah.
No, they can have whatever the fuck they want to, and I hope they they're just...
And look at it this way: when we were growing up and we were watching the Nightmare on Elm Streets and the Friday the 13th, the Halloweens, there were people saying the exact same thing, going, "That's not real horror. That's trash." And it was on TV constantly.
Look at my smile. I was so happy to meet him.
He seems like a good dude.
Is that Damien or
that's Damien? Yeah,
Damien Leone.
We had a good chat.
I've heard he's a really good guy.
Yeah,
I heard from.
I heard he really likes kids.
Stop!
Don't.
You stop that.
Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is, we had our gateways, and people looked at that and said, "That's garbage. How could you watch that? That is trash. It's terrible. It's not scary. This lowers the bar for horror overall."
That's how my brothers felt about the way I felt about Leprechaun. They told me I was
like,
a trash horror fan for liking Leprechaun.
We told them, no, it's not. You need to just watch. This is what we love, and we've stood by it. So to do that to a new generation, it's cyclical, and it's to me, it's wrong to do that. You want to welcome them in and be like, look, I think he had to step away for a second. You want to welcome these young fans in and then try to tell them, like, hey, if you like this, check this stuff out, because there's plenty of homages in what you like in this stuff over here. Go to the catalog, go watch the old stuff. And if they like it, cool. If they don't, then
I'm not even
more power to them.
Old stuff by any means. I'm not. But that shit sucks. I don't care for it. I mean, some people can like whatever the fuck they want to. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to live with them. They're not part of my life. That I can give a fuck less. But in my opinion, I think a lot of those Blumhouse films, like I was saying earlier, fucking just hot garbage. They're fucking throwaway fucking horror movies. They're just pieces of fucking shit. This Terrifier stuff is just a fucking fad. It's gonna be like fucking parachute pants. It's gonna go away and everyone's gonna be like, man, I was so fucking stupid for liking that fucking stupid shit. But that's my opinion. But people can like whatever they want to. I don't give a fuck what they like.
At the end of the day, does it really change anything in your life if somebody likes the Terrifier films? It really doesn't.
I mean, other than the fact that I have to talk about it, I'd rather fucking not even fucking deal with this shit.
You know what?
Hey.
I gave Leprechaun 4 6.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's Ronald.
I like JB regardless what he thinks about my opinion. I said, I like you regardless what you think about my opinian about that movie.
My opinion of you could change. I mean, you really did try to say how much you liked Art the Clown and that fucking who's that guy look like Victor Salva? Ron just looks shocked. Like, I don't know. You came.
We're going to hell, and we might as well learn to enjoy it.
My handbasket's been decorated since I was a teenager.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was pretty much born knowing there was only one place I was going to go.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to quit Judaism so I don't have to go to hell.
It is what it is. All right, yeah. Anyways,
so should we wrap this thing up tonight,
guys?
I've been
trying to fucking
please before JB explodes.
We don't need you exploding at the end of the movie.
I mean, just
favorite part at the end of the movie.
Fucking
if he does explode, do we have to keep watching these movies?
Yes.
Yes.
In memoriam.
Oh, well, what if you don't care about him that much?
Well,
then hate watch him.
I don't give a fuck then. Well, whatever.
Oh, I'll make him. He pops it to me.
Right.
He wants to be in my Discord movie night bad enough.
Thank you.
So anyway, to wrap this up, if you guys want to check me out, I do the Skewered Universe podcast. You can head over there. We're on podcast platforms. Last month we did Giallo. January is for Giallo, so you can go listen to that. And we're going to start doing First Watch February. We're just rolling along here. We have a bit of a break because I podcast a lot, and you can also check out anyone that knows At the Devil's Ball. I was recently on that. We did a memorial episode for a friend of ours who we recently lost. So if you know those guys or Invasion of the Podcast, go give that a listen. share some love over there. And yeah, that's it.
What about you, Ron?
We are moving very quickly along with the new issue, the first issue of For Sale, and we hope to have that out by April. Hopefully, we'll see. And then, yeah, that's about it. I can't stream right now because my leg is all fucked up. But yeah, so that's about it.
All right. And Sally, if we could all find you squatting over that dead squirrel outside.
Yes, on Twitch. I'm my name right here on Twitch, and I'm on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and I've been on a Cult of the Lamb kick. I tried to take a break and play something else last night, and it didn't work like I wanted it to. I want to go back
Because
to Cult
you
of the
want
Lamb.
naked people.
Yeah, I want naked dance around the fire again. It was fun.
Oh, Truckopedia, it's gone, buddy. It's not coming back.
Well, you heard it there. And remember, you can find all of us over at talesfromthepodcast.com. Remember, go to talesfromthepodcast.com, buy our comic book, or not. I don't really give a fuck.
I've got it. It's just over
There
here.
you go. There you go.
God watches
We got
the
other
valley.
cool shit coming up. You'll see
I
it
love
when
how
it comes up.
God
And,
sounds like the devil.
I
What are
guess
you,
that's
Corey
really
Taylor?
all I got. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for listening. Yeah, and with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.